This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book, Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalin Shah. The book is published by Sarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price ₹300 inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Karthik Shah, mobile number 9825290796 or purchase from their website www.sarthakprakashan.com.
Naushad in search of himself. O world, O life, O time, on whose last steps I climbed, trembling at that where I had stood before. By Percy Bysshe Shelley. The world, life and time assumed special significance to Naushad in the 79th year of his life. As he looked back on his unique contribution to film music, his repertoire had been influenced by folk, Western and Indian classical music. He had demonstrated the effectiveness of Indian classical music in films such as Baju Bawra, 1952, and Shabab, 1954. He had created music which had a perennial appeal because of its depth and undercurrent of pathos. After contending for success against many greats in the early years of his career, he was left to compete only with himself. The colossal successes in his career had made him an icon in the world of film music. It had been a long journey. Naushad had left home in Lucknow when he was very young because of a taboo on music in his environment. At the tender age of 17, he landed up in Virmgam, a small town near Ahmedabad, as part of a drama troupe. A certificate dated 2nd October 1937 from the illustrious opera, Lucknow, about his dexterity over the harmonium and the piano helped him to get a place in the troupe and stay for about 2 years before he migrated to Bombay in search of a career in films. His days of toil in Virmgam would prove providential when he got his first film, Prem Nagar, 1940, which had rural Saurashtra as its backdrop. His close acquaintance with the region's music would lend authenticity to his score. On 19 April 1998, Naushad had an opportunity to revisit his youth. The composer and I were in Ahmedabad to participate in an audiovisual show of his music arranged by Gramophone Club. Since Virmgam was only 65 kilometers away, Naushad expressed a desire to visit it during the day and return in time for the show. The unbearable summer heat did not dissuade him from the long journey by road. He braved the blazing noon sun to trudge rough and dusty roads in search of places he had once frequented and the dilapidated chawal-like structure he had lived in. He wanted to feel the earth of Virmgam and move about as he had at 17. The hectic pace of life after achieving fame and fortune had not given him the respite to get lost in the labyrinths of memory. He was prepared to face the physical inconvenience of the trip because he was conscious that he probably would not get another opportunity. Our hosts had alerted a few music lovers in Virmgam about our visit. Naushad was pleasantly surprised to be received by a dozen youngsters with garlands as our entourage reached the town. They joined us in searching for the places Naushad described. It proved frustrating at times because much had changed in the intervening years. The old post office was still there. It was from there that Naushad had sent the princely amount of 70 rupees he had earned to Lucknow. He felt disappointed then he found the building in which he had once lived reduced to a heap of dust and rubble. The subway under the railway track was still there, but the passage was blocked by disuse. The way Naushad moved about with a sprightly gait, despite his age and a leg problem, made it seem as if he was trying to begin life all over again. He eagerly cast his eyes around to recognize the places he frequented long ago. Looking at the railway station, he remarked, it was such a small structure then, as if he resented the inevitable expansion. His face fell when an elderly local told him that the restaurant he was trying to locate was demolished long ago. Naushad's eyes were moist when the pilgrimage was complete. He had travelled 62 years back in time when fate had brought him to Virmgam in search of a career in music. As we prepared to depart, he cast a last glance around wistfully. It was obvious that the gloomy days of the past were as precious to him as the days of dazzling success that followed. He was searching for the boyhood left far behind. If he could find it, he would not mind living life all over again. This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalin Shah. The book is published by Sarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price Rs 300 inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Kartik Shah. Mobile number 9825290796 or purchase from their website www.sarthakaprakashan.com. This audio-video presentation is prepared by me for the sole purpose of promotion of the book by Shri Nalin Shah. All contents, images, photographs, layout of the book etc. are used for this purpose only. Copyrights for all the materials used remain with the respective owners. Vinay Shah.